So uncouth.
Are you holding your eyes open?
I think I might
Victoria?
be. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, welcome to So Uncouth, a podcast filled with conversations you can't have in polite company. I'm Victoria Hannaford, a recovering journalist. I'm with Caroline Craig, who's an actor,
Aperitivo.
and our friend, the mysterious Bunsen burner, who's made us sign NDAs so we can't reveal the true nature of her explosive scientific research. Speak your truth, Bunsen.
You'll have to sign an NDA.
Oh, we are three friends who live in three different cities, and you're joining our weekly catch-up. Welcome. Now, I just want to let you guys know I went to an early IWD, that's short for International Women's Day lunch, and the first post I let myself down. I clapped for the men in the room, and I don't know if I can live with the shame because, there's like a scale of feminism, so some people might be raging. I think I'm one step above that, rabid, except for today.
What did you do?
I clapped for the men in the room. So
But you can clap for the men in the room. I mean, unless they were saying, what were they doing that was unclappable?
if they were just present.
Did they walk into the room and you gave them a slow clap?
just like a well done. Good on you guys for
Look
being
what you've gone and
here.
done, patriarchy.
Yeah. You want one of these for just existing.
Exactly. That's how it felt. I was like, I made a big error right at the gate. That's how well I've been trained by the patriarchy. Like,
Were you ousted? Did anyone turn and give you evil side eyes?
other people clapped and then we realised the error of our ways. That's all I'll say.
What did the recipients of the applause do?
I mean, I just soaked it up as per usual. Like, well done for just being you.
That's right. I can walk and breathe.
But I do still want to know what the context of the clapping, like what was the sentence or what was the event that directly preceded your hands moving together?
It was purely acknowledging that there were men in the room.
Oh, so people said, oh, and good on you guys for coming to International Women's Day. Was it that? And then you clapped?
I mean, that's not a direct quote, but I feel like that's sort of the sentiment, yes. Like, well done for participating in something that doesn't directly concern you.
Did they look like they needed a clap?
I don't know. Like, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe we shouldn't be preaching to the choir. Like, men need to know what's going on too.
Exactly.
Like, anyway, listen, the real act of misogyny today, no dessert.
Oh, wrong. What was on the menu?
Who was doing the lunch?
Listen, I don't want to get into it because I've got so few friends in Adelaide already. I don't want to run the risk of being run out of town. I think I need to stay extremely light on detail. But I will say it was basically a crime that we didn't. It was two courses only, neither of which was dessert. And I just think that is unacceptable. You go out for lunch, there was no bread rolls, a lady needs a carb, and no dessert. I don't think that's right.
Did you get a little chocolate?
No.
Only little nothing.
Did you get anything free?
Well, I didn't win anything, but I also didn't participate in the raffle. But I did have to purchase chocolate myself on the way home with a pay gap. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that ain't right. That isn't right. What is it? Salary sacrifice chocolate. It's not right.
Anyway, I don't really understand the point of International Women's Day. I feel like it's sort of like a patriarchal pat on the head. Like they're there, you get a day, and then back in your box. Like that's enough.
There is a historical context. International
What
Women's
is
Day.
the historical context? Because I'm about to give a talk on International Women's Day, and I'd really love some help.
Well, okay, now I've got to backpedal because I've kind of come in as if I know something, and really, as usual,
haven't read the books.
As usual, I only really half know it. All I know is that in the 70s, the UN did an International Year of the Woman so that women could participate equally in the workforce, that in Australia, no-fault divorce, reproductive rights, being able to work after being pregnant, being able to get a bank loan, being able to, all of these kinds of things, being able to have a bank card, credit card. I mean, Who wants to
Debt.
fight for that
You
right?
too
But
can have debt.
yeah.
It's on us,
But
guys.
but it was and it was this absolutely huge thing, and the Whitlam government funded all of these kind of like women's year activities, and I feel that the International Women's Day may have come from that. But like I say, I haven't done the reading. I don't actually really know, but I do feel like that what you're talking about, Victoria, is what International Women's Day may have become, perhaps in a bit of a corporate sense.
As the three of us all just, discussed, I am in the rabbit camp, but I don't understand the point of IWD, as it's known.
It does sound like IUD.
Yeah.
What do you want? Do you want IWW, International Women's World? Like
Yes,
to take over the world.
that's right. And also, I want to be treated like Mariah Carey in all perpetuity. Like that is the kind of equality I'm looking for. Don't look them in the eyes. And a lot of puppies. Like, is that too much to ask?
So it's all very well, Victoria, for you to diss an International Women's Day event, but Caroline here has got to actually speak at one. What are you going to talk about, though, Caroline? Do you know what I would do? I would go personal.
Oh, it's very personal. I'm just basically going to spend as
Just
much
talk
time
about
as I can.
yourself.
I've got a slideshow, guys. There's a box of photos in there dating back to 1985 of every show that I've ever been in. They are going to rue the day that they asked me to do this talk. Anyway, no, I've got stories to tell. I've got some names to drop. I'm excited, and I've got some peeps who I big upped and who have gone on to win many awards, including things overseas, Golden Globes and such like. So I'm pretty proud, I'm pretty proud of those guys. So basically I'm going to talk about other cats. I'm going to go, they were great, they were great, they were great. You be
You're
great.
so right. You're so right. What am I suggesting? Talk about yourself.
Well, I'll talk a bit about myself and how I know these great people. I mean, there's always that. But then I did see on the thing it said presented by, and I was like, ooh, presented by. That means I'm
So
gonna have to
you're
remember people's
presenting.
names. Maybe.
Are you an MC? I think you
No.
might need to ask a few questions, Caroline. Have you been asked to do this? Obviously, you are a lady. Apart from that, does your role as WhatsApp class representative play any? Is that why an additional kind of string to your bow is why you've been selected?
I feel like it might be nepotism. It might be like friends select me. No, I thumbs up. Look, I was asked to do it last year. Virginia Trioli did it last year, and she was absolutely.
Are you serious?
You got a tough act to follow.
Yeah, she did it. She was amazing. She brought levity. She brought depth. She had gravitas. And then, of course, they asked me just after she talked, and I was on a bit of a high. We were all celebrating the life, and I said, "Yes, of course, I'd love to do it next year." And then I went to the tram stop, and I realized I was wearing odd shoes, and I thought, "Am I the person to be a runner-up to Virginia Trioli?" Well, they looked.
How
this
odd
is
were
the
the
trick. They looked
shoes?
exactly the same from the back, right? But one had a square toe, the other had a pointy toe. So I'll let you tell you, International Women's Day was rough.
The thing is, I love the fact that this happened with the shoes. You saw them from behind. When did you see them from behind? Like, I mean, how do you see a pair of shoes on your own feet from behind?
Okay, this is a woman's life. I was up before dawn, wasn't I? It was dark. The shoes are black. You reach in the wardrobe, grab, that'll do. I have, some sort of membrane between my feet and the pavement. That'll do. Get going. And I didn't really realize until one foot was really killing me and my toes were totally cramped. I was like, oh, damn it. Bunsen, what's your week been like? Have you uncovered any uncouthery?
Listen, I've spent a lot of time at the beach this week because it's been fucking hot, and I've seen a lot of people not wearing many clothes. But something that's been really bothering me, it's been bothering me for a while, is this, we're all familiar with the leisure wear situation that's taken over. But the thing that's really bothering me is the cycling pants that also have like a ruched butt. Do you know what I mean by a ruched butt?
Yeah.
Have they got a name? Are they butt
Well,
rush?
I think it's called an anus.
anal divide? Is there something?
Every single time I see those pants, I'm just like, who designed something that makes me go, yeah, like it just looks like an anus. Like I just can't. I don't understand this fashion. I don't understand it. I can't. There's a central point from where the material is gathered and it then flares out in a circular fashion from a point pretty much where your anus is, maybe a little bit higher. And I am just kind of like, why are these clothes being created? And every single time I see them all the time, multiple times a day in this last week. And I'm just kind of going, you're showing off your anus. I don't understand.
Is it an intentional choice?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they think it's butt lifting.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
that's what I was going to say. Maybe it's healthful. Is it healthful?
Yeah, it holds the cheeks up, like the construction.
Separate and lift.
Yeah. Like it's peachier, I suppose, but I don't know that construction necessitates the puckering that you're talking about, Bunsen.
Puckering,
But
that's it.
again, perhaps the patriarchy is to blame. I don't know.
They want to see separation, don't they? They want to divide us. That's why. Divide and conquer.
I just don't understand. I feel that I should actually describe what it is because otherwise, because people may not really
No,
understand.
they know. Everyone
Do
knows.
people know?
Everyone has seen it. Everyone
I'm wondering
knows.
if you've got a pair,
I
Victoria.
was about to say, if I know anybody who wears these, then I think I'm looking right at her.
I am
Victoria.
wearing tight pants, but they do not have puckering. They
Turn
don't.
around. Turn
Can you
around.
stand up and turn around?
You.
Stand up.
Oh.
You can't
Ooh.
see. No,
Oh.
no, I won't be slandered in this way. I've suffered enough already today.
Are we
I had to
objectifying
get a
you,
Magnum on the
Victoria?
way home.
Does anybody else in your mind, when you see that, do you just go anus, anus, anus? That's what my
No.
mind does.
No, I've seen it. I'm a bit desensitized to it, having worked adjacent to people who would have been wearing that type of gear on the reg.
That's right. You would have seen that as a uniform.
Yeah,
possibly.
I can't. I actually did sign an NDA for that job.
So you can't. So you cannot reveal if people were wearing anal replica athleisure wear.
I think the thing that I can't do is reveal it if it harms their reputation. And does it? That is a question for
Wow.
other people to answer.
Did they say you had to wear them, Vic? And that's maybe why you parted ways? Like two butt cheeks?
Compulsory anal wear. No. But thank you for asking. Oh my
But
God.
you know what I think? It's a hot day. It's sweaty. Maybe it's soaking up the sweat. Maybe there's a genius idea to it. Maybe it's sort of
I've
absorbent.
seen people wearing them in winter. I've seen them wearing them everywhere. I've actually seen them for months and months and months. And it's just, I haven't been able to speak my truth. And I feel that you too can. I just, when you have these thoughts that are just kind of like a Pavlovian mental response. And so now every single time I'm
You're
just
just like,
kind of,
asshole.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Well, you do live in Sydney. What can I say?
I do. There are a lot of assholes. And a lot of them are on display, like a lot.
I know. But where you live, there's a lot of very fit ones too, I mean, they're working out all the time. What are they going to do with it? Hide it under a bushel?
No.
They
And
want
also,
to get it out on a cliff
also
top.
perhaps, if there is some merit to the lift, separate, who knows, whatever it is, it is cheaper than one of those ridiculous surgeries where you have to lie on your stomach for like
A
6 months.
BBL.
What's a BBL?
A Brazilian butt lift.
We're getting them on IWD. Everyone's getting a BBL for IWD.
Free. What are they called again?
Free BBLs for all. Brazilian butt lifts.
Are you a Brazilian butt lift advocate, Victoria?
And so apparently, oh my God, listen, I know we are not here to rake over the coals of the news stories that are doing the rounds, but at some point, Kate Middleton has been kind of like hidden from public view.
Why?
And
Is she wearing one of those butt ruching outfit.
I think she's being chastised for anal wear.
She's recovering from abdominal surgery, and one of the theories
Okay,
posited.
sorry, everybody, sorry.
She might actually have to wear some reinforcing garb.
But people are just like throwing theories out there. BBLs take 2 to 3 months to recover from. Maybe she's got a BBL. So it's like they're in the ether. That's all I'm saying. And yes, you should apologise to royalty for impugning her butt cheeks. All right?
I'm sorry. Obviously, I'm just. You can see that I'm really not keeping up with the important news in the world because I had no idea about her abdominal surgery.
How's your week?
Well, I got to say, it's very hot. In fact, it's so hot. I saw a woman standing just at the lights, and she cracked open fully, like it seemed like a 4-liter tub of ice cream, like one of those big Bulla ice cream. Like she just literally walked out of the supermarket, cracked it open, and had a spoon. She had a spoon in her hand, which I thought was very resourceful, and she just hooked into it just in the street. I was like, wow, is there a limit to ice cream, or is she just like taking it to a whole new level?
Or, like me, she'd been to a lunch and deprived of dessert and could not stand 1 second longer without ice cream in her gullet. She had an emergency spoon. She was ready to go.
I respect that. I really respect that. It was hot.
Yeah.
Okay, it was damn hot.
All right, I've got a little quiz for you guys. Just a little one.
Thank you.
Okay. I ate a meal, not today, earlier this week.
Beans. My answer,
No.
I'm getting an early beans.
No.
Bog. Spag bog.
Just wait. Okay.
Sorry.
This is a multi-choice. This is a multi-choice
I'm doing a bit of a
question.
sale of the century kind of vibe.
I like it.
Okay,
I like
now
it.
I'm going to go into it. Yeah.
A meal that was so good, I felt like I'd seen the face of God, right? Takeaway type meal. Was it tacos, kebab souvlaki gyros, different states, they call them something different, spag bowl, or steamed rice and chili sauce? Which was it? Go, Caroline. What do you think?
Steamed rice and chili sauce.
I think it was spag bowl, and I think she might have brought it home and put her own chili on it, or she might have actually put chili on it at the lights, like that one with the ice cream, just like.
No, it was a gyros, as they're called here. It was so good. I've never been to Greece, but I went to Greece that night. It was so good.
Can I ask if you had consumed, how many standard volumes of alcohol had you consumed prior to the consumption of this gyros?
Oh, sober, mate.
Because that's pretty much, I mean, I do think that in my, like more hard drinking days, that's pretty much the only times that I really I think I had a lot of kebabs in those days. It was kind of like the ceiling of a night. It was like that meant it was the end once you'd had the kebab.
What was that one we always used to go to? Was it like Falafel King or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Souvlaki King.
Souvlaki King. That's
But
it.
I also
Brunswick
remember,
Street.
I also remember that I knew that a friend of mine once went to work and put her hand in the bag and pulled out a fully like unwrapped kebab from the night before. That's really my
What a waste. Or did she eat it?
No, yeah, I think she ate it. She was just like, "Oh, thank God!"
God,
You know,
it's
because
breakfast time.
Yeah, exactly. You'd have to be if you had forgotten that you had actually purchased a kebab, you were probably quite hungover, I would say, that next day.
Oh. Question for you.
It wasn't me, but it was someone I know.
Someone
Just
you
saying.
know.
Yeah, friend of
What
a
was the
friend.
best thing about it? Was it the sauce? Was it the garlic sauce? Was it the hummus? Was it the chips?
so
Did it have chips in it? Sometimes
No,
they
I didn't have chips in it. No, I went for the more pure option. But no, you're right, Bunsen. It was sober. So, like, that is a kind of unusual experience. Maybe it's the first time I can remember eating one.
That's why it was so good.
I don't know. It was so good.
I'm really sorry. I've got to interrupt. Can you guys hear this?
No.
No.
what is it?
Comet's just doing a low level.
I think that's in solidarity with the Euros. I think he wants in.
Sorry. I totally interrupted. I've gone very poor form today. Just like really just kind of like, let me talk all over you. You got something to say? Oh, I've got something to say. Say it louder. Like, I'm just sorry.
I cannot detect a difference between this week and any other week. Bunsen. It's just the same.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'm just whatever you say. Can I ask you,
no.
Victoria, what it was that led you to the Euros in this particular, like, how did you find yourself in this situation?
It was hot, and I wanted a slice of grease in my life. I don't know.
Adelaide is very Mediterranean. I mean, you're very lucky in that regard. You got the dry heat, you got the clear ocean.
2.5 friends. We got it all. Okay, I have another question for you guys. Now, we have had some emails from the So Uncouth community, and we'll get to them in a future episode. But I want to know, what should we call the So Uncouth community? Do they need a separate name? The Couthers, the Uncouthers. What?
The Couthers sounds kind of like a January the 6th kind of American kind of like, it's because it's like the Truthers or the Birthers or something.
Yeah.
I don't think we can do the
Yeah.
Couthers. It sounds a bit
Okay.
too
Flat
Trumpian.
Yeah. The
What if you
Couthettes?
say the Couthers, as in like cougars?
Couthers.
Couthers.
I think that's a sting in itself. I want that. I want it.
TBD. Let's do an Instagram poll on it or
What
something.
about
I don't
the
know.
Couths? Or just the Couth, as in like the collective Couth.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I like
Well,
that.
we'll work on it.
Is it
I like
a
All right.
member of the Couth?
The
Because
wider
also,
Couth.
exactly, because also if there are only 2.5 members of the Couth, then it actually kind of, if we just could call it the Couth, we could be talking like there are 2.5 million of them, or 2.5 wouldn't make any difference.
Right.
So, and I think it's probably closer to 2.5. So I think
We'll let that one go through to the Couth.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
I love
see
it.
what
Yeah.
the Couth comes back
We
with.
seek guidance from the Couth.
Oh no.
I feel may the Couth be with you.
I think
Yes.
seeking guidance from the Couth. I mean, that's very Hobbit
Yeah.
kind of like Dungeons and
That's good.
Dragons, D&D, mate.
I felt
Not
a
that there's
little
anything
D&D.
wrong with that. I know that there are some
No.
people who are very involved in that, who are Couth, who are also possibly members of the Couth. Probably the one
That's
member
right.
of the Couth. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
I'm excited. I want to know what these Couthers,
Couthians, Couthettes.
Couthavians have to say.
The
Couthanidians.
Diversity and inclusion.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
No, we're cutting
Caroline.
that. Get it cut.
Inclusion of inclusory. I mean, you say that, you know? You say it.
So uncouth.
All right. I think we've uncouthed for almost long enough. I do have a So Uncouth of the Week.
Yeah.
Apart from the patriarchy and IWD and BBLs and anything else we can reduce to
Anuses.
anuses. Okay.
Ani.
Now, when I tell you that this happened in Queensland, I think just brace yourself, because you already know it's going to be a little bit off the map. A man representing himself in court in Queensland said that he didn't know being naked in public was a crime. So he pled not guilty. And I want to know, when either of yous have been naked in public, intentionally or unintentionally, and do you believe it was a criminal act? Go.
There is a bad time I was nude. A fire engine came to the house and I smelt smoke. And I looked out the back window. There's massive flames coming off the back of the house. And then I heard a fire engine, but it was in the other street on the other side. So I ran down out into the street, Grey Street, St Kilda, waving my arms up and down. And then I realized my boobs were just swinging in the breeze. So I put my one arm over them and just held them up like a sort of arm bra and waved. I went, the fire's over here.
You don't think their eyes told them where the fire was? The fire's in my pants. I'm so happy to see you guys.
Look, it was Grey Street, St Kilda. I think I was the most dressed person there.
So what was the fire, Caroline?
It's like, you know what it was? It was during the Grand Prix, and people were having parties and they're going crazy. And that, we had this dodgy laneway. Someone set up some firecrackers. I remember going, "Oh, firecrackers, that's cool." Little did I know our house was on fire. And then I went back to sleep for a bit, and then the fire engines came. It was our own fault for not trimming back the jasmine. It was pretty bad.
That was so your own
egregious.
I had a great chat with the fireman, though. It was good fun.
At what point did you go inside and actually get a top on? Like, did you stand out and just talk to them? The fire's here with your arm bra on. Like,
my arm bra was there. I'd done the wave. I saw that they'd gone around the block back to where the fire was. It was at the back of the house. I wasn't just, trying to do a funny dance, okay? And then I put something on, a singlet, I reckon. Still no bra.
I was about to say, with a bra or without?
Nah,
interesting move.
And then I went back inside the house, and my boyfriend at the time was still asleep. He'd been asleep through the whole thing. And I woke up and I went, "There's a fire. There's a fire. It's out." Go back to sleep.
He's like, "Why are you wearing a singlet?"
Exactly.
I went skinny dipping in Byron once. I think I was stoned the whole time I was there for maybe
Here
like
we
a month.
go.
And so I was with a group of people, and I think it was a full moon. So you can see, obviously.
It was in a minute. Was when you jumped in that pool, wasn't it?
You can't resist, Caroline. You can't resist it.
And we're back to butt cheeks. And so I think we were like, yeah, let's go skinny dipping, woo. And I think we were looking for phosphorescence. And that was fine. That was fun. That was a good time. And then when we came back in, there was a twilight trail ride of people on horses between us and our clothes. And we were just like, I think I sobered up very quickly, and I was like, good evening to you all. I think there was a bit of arm bra, bit of
arm bra,
hand fig leaf, and we quickly ran to our clothes, and that was that may have been the last time I skinny dipped.
I had a similar. We went skinny dipping. Me and this guy, when I was at drama school. Lovely young man, done at Maroubra, right? Late at night, thinking, "Oh, this is fine. It's late at night." Go and jump in the water, go for a swim. No sharks, of course. Didn't even think of that. Got out. We went back. Our clothes were gone. And we completely panicked. And then we heard this snickering and sort of whooping. And there were a whole lot of kids on bikes.
Local gang.
And exactly. And then we realized all of our clothes had been thrown over the lights, the street lights. We're like, and then we're standing there going, this very gallant young gentleman I was with, like, "Hey, give our clothes back. That's not on." And they went, "Sucked in," and rode off.
So what did you do?
I can't remember. I actually can't. I think we had to knock on someone's door and get a towel. It was pretty bad. But then the story had blown out. By Monday, it was like, we had a battle with the bra boys. And like it had turned into this ridiculous, like, no, we didn't. We were two dickhead drama students. We're like, "Hey, guys, give us our clothes back. That's just not cool." And they were actually 8-year-old kids just going,
That is my worst nightmare, I reckon.
I can embrace it. You're beautiful. Like, let's get naked.
No, my worst nightmare, that's fine, but I like to be in control of who gets to see my beauty and when. I do not like 8-year-old boys to be in control of that,
No.
Caroline. Just saying.
I got one thing to say to you. International Women's Day. I can feel something's coming. And it's not clothes. They're going off. That's what I'm feeling.
I think you've got the answer for your speech.
That's it. Done. Sorted. All right, guys. I think it's time for us to wrap up. So public nudity perhaps shouldn't be illegal, but it is inherently fraught with danger. And I will cop yous later.
Cop yous later. Bye.
Bye.
So